All right, folks, welcome into the AfterSchrock. For those of you who tag along with us, we appreciate it. The funny thing happened last week. We got 2 one-star Google reviews in I don't know, a 4-day period on our Papillion Service Center. And I've been getting nothing but rave customer compliments on the Papillion Service Center for the past, I don't know, few months. Their turnaround time is great. The warranty instance is lower than any other service center. They're doing amazing work there. So to get a couple 1-stars, I was kind of concerned about that. I had to look into that. So I look into the 1-stars, and they're not really our customers. They've never been in the service center. We've never any service center. I thought maybe they reviewed the wrong one. Maybe they went to Lincoln and they grabbed the Papillion one. No, these people have not been in any service center. In fact, they're local people apparently, but they just 1-starred us for some reason. So if you have a moment, I would appreciate it if you could go to Google, and if you Google Schrock Innovations. Here, let me try to make this easy for you, because I say this every week and then no one ever does it. So let me see if I can help a little bit. So let's see, Schrock Innovations Papillion. Let's do Omaha. Oh, I don't know. Well, I got to pick one, so we'll do Omaha. More people are probably there. All right, and so basically, I'm going to post a link here, and what you can do now is you can follow this link right there, and then you can go over on the right side where it says 45 Google reviews, and you can click on that, and you can actually leave a review for us, and tell us what you think. If you love this, review the radio show. You can review the shop. These reviews are absolutely critical in elevating us in the search results. There was a story, I didn't cover this on the air because it was too in the weeds, but basically, if you on a Google search, if you are the #1 spot, you're getting 40% of the clicks on that page. If you're in the #2 spot, you're getting 20% of the clicks. And every spot you go down from there in your search results, you lose 50%. So I think right now for Omaha, we're in the 3rd spot, and that's primarily because a couple other companies have better reviews than us. They're smaller companies, so they don't have as many reviews. And it's one of those things where you can't please everybody all the time, and you make mistakes. And we've been in business 20 years. I mean, we've ticked a person off here or there in 20 years. Made a whole lot of people happy too, but stuff happens. So if you could help us out with some reviews to help us boost that average up. And the problem is the other companies have a 5-star average, but they've only been in business for a year. So they've got 10 customers total, and they've all reviewed them. Whereas we have 45 and a 4.2-star average, and well, the Google says 4.2 is less than 10 or than 5, so there you go. So if you could drop us a review, I'd appreciate it very much. All right, the system needs to be set up where it isn't easy to leave ratings without proof of being a customer. Yeah, but you see, that would discourage people from participating. And Google's all about content, right? So if you discourage people from leaving reviews, then they can't leave reviews. So one of the things that Google asked us to do is to install a little a device in the service center that's a Bluetooth device that allows Google to determine. You'll see that there's data now on the website, anonymized data about busy times of day. When is it busy here? When should I come? When should I not come? And Google actually tracks that by watching the cell phones coming in and out of the store to know when it's busy in the service center. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of funny you mentioned that, Brian. Brian's posting that he got here faster this week. Last week he had some trouble. If you start typing into Google like Schrock Innovations or compute this, it actually says AfterSchrock. Like so many people are Googling like where's the AfterSchrock, and they're clicking on it. It's kind of funny. Google, I mean, this is a live show, so Google doesn't really always find out where it's at right away. All right, so anyway, questions, comments, stuff like that. The holiday specials are really going to be gone, guys. Probably not next week. It depends, I guess. We have CW in Lincoln. Every year he has us do a quote for a whole bunch of computers, and half the time he does them, and half the time he doesn't. But he's looking for 9 holiday special desktops. We had another corporate service customer look for 4 of each, 4 laptop, 4 desktop. We have about 20 or 22 desktops and same laptops left that we can do. And once they're gone, they're gone. So if you're thinking about doing one, don't hesitate. Get in, get it done. You can buy it on the website. You don't even have to come into the store if you don't want to, and you can get that moving there and get everything going there. Other great gift ideas. If you're looking for tech gifts, I haven't bought a single thing for anybody yet. My wife does a lot of the shopping. I just pretty much have to shop for her, and I haven't bought her anything yet. And I told her that the other day, and she was like, "That's okay. I'm behind too." But if you're looking for tech gifts, one of the things that we give a lot of at this time of year, obviously we have gift cards at the service center that you can come in and purchase a gift card. If you're not sure what the person wants for a computer or anything, you can do a gift card. Also, an annual Schrock Desk subscription. You basically prepay for 12 months of the Schrock Desk, and you can give that as a gift. And when you give that as a gift, what it allows that person to do, number one, they get half off all their labor services. If anything breaks, they get half off of us fixing it. The other thing is they also get unlimited tech support help, which means instead of calling you, they'll call us. So it's kind of nice there as well. How easy is it to put a slight bend in a 9.7-inch tablet? How easy is it to bend a tablet? Well, you'll crack the screen, Keith, if you bend it. Oh, wait, I think your tablet has a broken screen, right? How easy is it to bend a tablet? It's actually, it can happen pretty easily. You don't necessarily bend it. It's usually a drop that does it, and it torques a corner. And then that corner, when it gets torqued, sends a crack through the screen. That's usually how it happens. But yeah, so I understand Keith has a tablet, an Asus tablet or something, and the manufacturer won't replace it because it's got a broken screen, and they're saying he broke it. Unfortunately, same thing with the Apple tablets. When they were going super thin, the iPad Air 2 was prone to thermal cracking. So like with my daughter, she'd have it in the car. We had a headrest mount for it. And so, you get in the car and it's like, 20 degrees outside. And then by the time you're done running around, the car's nice and toasty warm. Then, you park it again when you're done and it gets cold. If you don't bring the iPad in, the hot and cold would cause the Gorilla Glass to actually just crack. Because the housing was expanding and contracting, it cracked the screen. So it is actually pretty easy to put a bend in there that'll crack the screen, Keith. With 5G coming out next year, would it be best to hold off on getting a new phone? I didn't go there. I thought about it. I didn't go there because I have the Galaxy Note 8. I didn't get the 9 because I didn't think it was that much better. And it was like $1,200, and I'm like, it better rock my world for $1,200. And a slight processor upgrade, a little more memory, wasn't rocking my world. And my phone's actually working fine. I don't have any problems with it. It does everything I need it to do fast. It's still quick, so I'm good. Next year, however, it's going to be a different story. Next year, Samsung is going to have their folding phones out, which will be interesting to see. They're screens that actually fold. There's no hinge. The screen is actually bendable. So, Keith, you might want to look in. So I'm picking on you, Keith. But the screen's actually bendable. The other thing is the new Note should have 5G radio in it. Your 4G phones are not going to pick up 5G bands. So once the 5G towers come out, anybody who's anybody is going to need a new cell phone. So I'm personally not going to buy a new phone. I like the Note. I like the size of the screen. I like the capabilities that it has. I like the power that it has. I'm not going to buy a new Note until it has 5G. So the rumors are that the Galaxy phones will have 5G radios in them next year when they come out, and the Notes usually come out a few months after that, in like August, September. So probably another year before the phones come out with the 5G. But I would hold off. That's what I'm doing, is I'm holding off until the 5G radios come out, getting a little more time out of this. I think I paid $900 for this phone, so it'd be nice if it was good for more than a year. All right. Let's see. So let me think if there's anything else in the service centers that we've got going on. Ideas. We're doing our 20th anniversary. It's going to be a whole year-long event next year. We're going to do all kinds of specials, things like that. I'm interested to know what you guys would like to see put on special for that. Some of the suggestions that we've had is we haven't had a recycling event in a number of years. We used to do them annually, and then after a while, pretty much everybody ran out of stuff to bring. And so we do the recycling event, and then we went from getting a tractor trailer to getting a pod, and then we went from a pod to we could just pile it in the corner. And we're like, at this point, it's not worth it. So we waited a few years, so we might run like a recycling event. We haven't done a surge protector sale in a number of years. Same rationale there. Our surge protectors last a redonkulous amount of time. You just don't really need to replace them until they start chirping, and they don't chirp for years. So every time we did the sale, we sold fewer and fewer and fewer. So we stopped doing the sale because it's not worth the airtime to talk about a sale when no one wants to buy it. So that was kind of interesting. So maybe we'll do something along those lines. Of course, we got the maintenance checkup sales. Everybody likes that. The ultimate upgrade is a big one. Comes out in the spring as well for computers, so people like that one. The holiday special is in the holiday season, obviously. What else? What other products and services would you like to see Schrock do? I thought about doing a special on solid-state upgrades, maybe. But I'm not sure. We do it so inexpensively right now. We just charge an hour of labor. So maybe, no labor or something for a month. Like come in for a solid state upgrade and there's no labor on it. It's just the cost of the part. I mean, I don't want to go broke, but on the other hand, this is our 20th anniversary. This is a big deal. So we want to do sales and stuff that are going to be really eye-opening, like really like, wow, I want to get in there. I have to go in there. We thought about giving away something every month for free. And we just have to come up with a way for like a contest entry system to do that. Because number one, you want it to be fair, so that my relatives don't win everything. You want it to be you want it to have some benefit to the company. So like, do we do a social media campaign where we're going to give away, like maybe we'll give away a computer or something, and you can win it. All you have to do is go on to Facebook and do these 5 ridiculous things that no one knows how to do. Stuff like that. We've all seen those contests where like share this on your page and you're entered to win. Like it, you get 1 vote or 1 entry. Share it, you get 2 more entries. Do this, that, or the other, and you make a comment, you get 2 entries for that. And I don't want to. I'm sitting there counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure I want to go that route either. So I'd be interested to know if you guys have any ideas there. All right, let's take a look and see here. I got some comments here. I got to scroll down to get to. Would thermal cracking be covered under warranty? No, because it's environmental. You did it with the environment you put the tablet in. My guess is Apple put the operating temperatures on their tablet to be within a certain range, and the operating temperatures of the vehicle exceeded that. So basically the way this works is cracked screens are not covered. Panes of glass don't break themselves. Therefore, you broke the pane of glass. That's going to be the position that they have, unfortunately. Phones cost that much makes holiday special look like a bargain even more. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I would argue that I probably use this more during the day than my computer, just because, I use it for phone calls. I use it for bank balances. I use it for credit card payments. I use it for texting my wife. Nobody else ever texts me because, she's the only one that cares. No. But I do all that stuff with my phone, and I sit down on my computer and I do ordering and stuff like that. So let's see. Charlie emails in. What the heck am I doing wrong? Well, Charlie's emailing me here, and Charlie, if you're checking for Windows 10 1809, and when you're going to check for updates, it says you're up to date and 1803 shows, what am I doing wrong? Then that means there's still a block from Microsoft on 1809, or your hardware can't run 1809 and you need to buy new computers. I'll shoot you an email on that one. It could be you have a really old graphics card or something. All right. Like your program, learning more every time. Hey, well, that's awesome, Karen. Thank you. I love doing the show. The AfterSchrocks, I need to make sure that they're shorter than the program, though, because last week we had it was actually longer, wasn't it, last week?
I think it went 45 minutes or more.
It was over 45. I don't know if it was longer than the actual show.
It was over an hour.
Yeah, it was over an hour, and I'm like, okay, guys, I can't monopolize the studio all day. All right, what's the deal with Windows 10 1809? Great question. Okay, so there were so many issues with 1809. Microsoft released several iterations of it. They've arrived finally at their final iteration. So here's the deal. If you have version 1809, great. If you bought Safe Upgrade and you have not been able to install it yet, you should do it now. If it doesn't work, let us know. We'll help you get through it. If you don't have Safe Upgrade and you're going to Windows Update to check and see if your computer is ready to take an update, if your computer will not run version 1809, you will not get the update. And that, everyone's like, oh, wow, ha, ha, ha. Big deal there, right? I didn't get the update. Ooh, scary. Now I won't have to deal with this Microsoft junk anymore. Well, the problem with that is eventually you're not going to be able to do certain things with your computer because you'll have to update the computer in order to do certain things like install antivirus software or get a new printer. This is what Mac users go through. You can get a couple revisions behind on Mac OS, and then after that it starts to become problematic where new software won't run on your computer unless you have the current version of Mac OS, or at least a couple of versions back. So then you end up with a computer that won't do anything that you have to replace or upgrade anyway. Ray says no labor, he's in. Okay. How about external storage? That's a great question, Gloria. We could put a sale on external hard drives to get people to do some backups. Backups are a good thing. Maybe we have a sale on data recovery. For those of you who didn't take advantage of the backup sale last month, now you have and the data recovery sale. All right, let's see. We have here. Put the AfterSchrock viewers in the prize pool. Yeah, we could do that. Will old phones still work when 5G comes out? Yes, they will. Basically, the 5G towers are going to be backward compatible, or at a minimum, they're going to leave 4G and 3G transmitters up on the towers. A lot of the 4G stuff that's coming down off the towers are going to go into rural areas, so you'll see a lot of rural areas that have only had 3G access in the past suddenly will have 4G access, and it'll be like, woohoo! And the big cities will get 5G. Longer is good. All right, next comment. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Anyway, so basically, guys, last call for questions here. If you have questions, anything you need to talk about, let me know. No word yet on what's going on with the Lincoln Service Center. We sent the plans over to. They wanted to see our the plans we used to build the Papillion Service Center to kind of get an idea of what our build-out cost would be. So we can see what the cost would be for moving the Lincoln Service Center to a new location, which, the only thing that I can think of that would be more fun than, okay, so when we move a service center like Lincoln, Lincoln has been where it's been for a decade. Literally, we signed a 10-year lease. And so we've been there for a decade. So half of our company's life, we've been in the same spot, and we're talking about moving to a new spot. That's kind of scary. So we are going to do some like ridiculously gargantuan thing when that move happens. We have bantered about, and it'll be just for the Lincoln Service Center. So that means if you want to take advantage of it and you're in Papillion or Des Moines, you're going to have to travel all the way to Lincoln. It won't be on the website. The whole point is we're trying to get Lincoln customers to come into the Lincoln Service Center and learn where the new location is. That's the whole point. So, of course, we'll give away something, a computer or something. Maybe we'll do a free maintenance checkup. Yeah, like a free one. That gets people in the door, especially when there's no certificates online to purchase. That's an all hands on deck kind of thing. Maybe we'll pull some staff from the other service centers to help work through the load there. But so there's going to be some cool stuff that happens there. But I'll let you know as soon as we have any word on movement of the service center. All right. John says he has a laptop that downloaded one of the broken 1809 versions. I have deferred its install. How do I get rid of that so I can download and install a good 1809 version? All right, you can't defer the install permanently. So basically, if you have Windows 10 Professional, you can defer it 30 days. If you have a home, you can defer it over and over and over again until it reaches a certain point, then it will auto-install. What you can do is if you Google install Windows 10, let me just do this real quick so I don't tell you the wrong words to Google, because sometimes Googling the wrong words will get you to the wrong place. Download, that's right. It's download Windows. Isn't it weird how I type this on a computer so often that my fingers have a memory, but I don't? So basically, the very first result that comes up for download Windows 10 is download Windows 10 disk image ISO file. Click on that, and it'll give you the option to upgrade this computer. Click on that and go through the upgrade process there. That'll get you the very latest version of 1809, including all patches and updates, and it will attempt the installation on your computer. If there's a problem where your computer is not compatible, it will pop up and tell you that as well. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that I sent this over to my web guys this week. Apparently, Google is now showing different results. Well, they've been doing this for a while. They show different results to different people for the same search results based on their tailored experience. So let me put it this way. DuckDuckGo is a web browser that doesn't track you and doesn't steal your information and sell it or whatever. I shouldn't say steal. You freely give your information to Google whenever you use the browser. Hell, I just told you to do it. So, DuckDuckGo is like Google, except they don't steal your information. Again, they don't use your information to make money for themselves. Okay, so basically, DuckDuckGo did a study of the 2000. Everyone heard about collusion and everything in the election in 2016. So DuckDuckGo did a study of the search results that Google was showing people, and it turns out the one of the biggest users of Google search are moderate Republicans. Moderate Republicans disproportionately use Google search over other search engines. Go figure. So you would think if Google was targeting moderate Republicans with search results that were engineered for what they wanted to see, like they used Hillary Clinton articles as a metric for this, and it was like an 80-20 split, 80% positive Hillary articles, 20% about problems she was having related to the campaign and everything. So moderate Republicans were shown an 80% heavier diet of Hillary Clinton positive articles from Google. And then they went and they did this. The study was super limited. They couldn't really draw a firm conclusion from it. So they improved the study and they did it again in the 2018 election, and it confirmed the results. That Google is their algorithm is purposefully skewing results based on political bias to people who may not want to see those results, even though they claim that when you do a Google search, two people sitting in the same room could do the same Google search on two different computers and get different results now. And the reason I bring that up is I just told you to Google a specific phrase to get this result. And so it's possible that you might see a different result. It might be the second one instead of the first one, but interesting stuff. So I sent that on to our Schrock Interactive guys because we do search engine optimization. Oh, by the way, if you or anyone you know are in the web design software development field, Schrock Innovations has a position opening up for a search engine optimization and social media engineer. As much as I love handling all the social media for the company, I am not good at it. I don't Pinterest. I don't understand Instagram stories. I understand how to do them. I don't understand why you would spend money doing them as a company, though. Insta stories. So let me get this straight. I'm going to pay money in time to create an Insta story that is only visible for 24 hours, and then it goes away. And no one can see it ever again. So all that time and money I spent making this cool thing, if you are not on Instagram at the moment or the day that I post it, you never see it. Well, you can bookmark it and save it, but that's not how it's supposed to work. I don't get it. And so I need somebody who gets it. So if that's you, we're looking for someone who has a blend of social media management experience as well as search engine optimization. The search engine optimization experience is going to be critical to this position. So if you're somebody who just likes to use Facebook from time to time, maybe some Twitter, don't apply for the position because you're not going to get it. You have to have solid experience in search engine optimization. We're talking developing search engine campaigns for companies and executing them with proven track records for results. That's what we want to see. So yeah, if you know of anybody that would fit that bill, please put them in touch with us. We're looking right now. All right, I guess I need to bite the bullet and say the tablet was a bad purchase, make the final card payment and move on. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a bad purchase because you broke the screen. I'm just giving you a hard time, Keith. You know, all tablets are going to have cracked screens. In fact, the Microsoft Surface tablet, I don't know what kind of super, oh my gosh, industrial adhesive they use on that thing, but we had one that had a bad hard drive. And so, you know, you take your heat gun and you heat up the adhesive around it because you have to take the screen off. And you got your suction cups, and we're pulling up, and we're heating, and the screen just goes shatter. And so I go online, and there's one video online of some guy taking a screen off, and I'm pretty sure it was like the second time because it came up way too easy. And everybody else is like, yeah, you just have to break the screens to get these off. There's no way to remove a screen from a surface without cracking it or potentially cracking it. The amount of time it takes to heat it up, the amount of heat it takes melts the housing of the surface. So basically, you crack the screen, you get to the bad hard drive, you got the bad hard drive out, now you have a screen and a hard drive. It's like $500 to fix that. You can get a new Surface for like $700. So Keith, you're not alone. I mean, their screens are the weak spot in a tablet, just like the hard drive is the weak spot in a computer. We get the same thing when customers have hard drives go bad. They're like, maybe I should just buy a new computer instead of spending $300 to fix this one. You could do that. That's fine, but new computer is going to be like $600-700. So you could do that. There's nothing wrong with the computer. It's just a bad piece of hardware that we can replace. So it's, our job is to give you options, and then your job is to make decisions. All right. Love your show. Love the tech news and explanation. Well, thank you, Wendell. I appreciate it. All right, guys, last call, and then I got to get rolling. Lovely Kimberly, donuts this morning or no? I don't know. I'm trying to be good. The donuts sound good. Oh, wait. She just texted me. Good morning. Lou is up. Are you bringing donuts this morning? Yes. All right, so I guess I better go get some donuts, guys. So I'll see you at the Hy-Vee in Papillion, 72nd and Highway 370. Don't you go in there and buy all the old-fashioned glazed ones before I get there. Somebody does that. On Monday morning, they have a meeting, and there must be a bunch of old men drinking coffee because they all eat the old-fashioned donuts. And I know I'm only 42, but I like me an old-fashioned donut. Simple question. When I bring in the Asus All-in-One, do I need to bring the power cord? Excellent question, Ray. Yes, for laptops and all-in-ones, which is basically a laptop in vertical form. And if you have one of those HPs, that's a laptop inside of a big box of air. If you have a brick on your power cord, please bring the power cord in. Some of those all-in-ones require very specific voltages, and we do try to keep power cords available so that if you forget it, we've got one, so you don't have to make another trip out. But a lot of times on the all-in-ones, we don't. Because they require huge voltages through those power supplies. So yes, if you're bringing your all-in-one in, please do. And I was really serious, guys. Like the Papillion Service Center right now, including computers that are in callbacks. So these are computers where we are waiting for a customer to call us back with a decision. The Papillion Service Center has 3 open work orders right now. 3. They've got about 12 bench spots. So, I mean, if you have a computer to bring in for maintenance, anything like that, please bring it in. We could use that today. Lincoln has 27 in right now, but some of those are evaluations for data recovery. About half of those are in callbacks waiting for decisions. So basically, we got about 10 computers in there. Lincoln has 25 bench spots. So they're, like I said, about 50% capacity. Omaha Service Center only took in 1 computer yesterday, total. So it was just slow. The Omaha Service Center has been slow recently. There's a lot of reasons why, but a lot of it, honestly, is because our search engine optimization results have slipped, which we have so many SEO clients that we're working for that by the time we get done at the end of the day to get all of our client work done, we don't have a whole lot of time to spend on what we need to do for us. And because lots of computer repair shops also do websites and SEO work, it's a very competitive arena because everybody has the base level skills. Whereas, most companies, if we go out to work with a plumbing company or, a canine waste pickup company with a very minimal search engine optimization spend, we can get them in the #1 spot pretty easily. It's a way different ballgame for computer repair. And then you have to break it into computer repair. Some people search for laptop repair. Keith searches for tablet repair. Keith searches for, can thermal damage is thermal damage covered by warranty on Asus crap tablets that have 1 payment remaining? So basically, the long and the short of it, guys, is I don't know what's going on in the Omaha Service Center, but if you have friends or family, the Omaha Service Center could really use the TLC. We thought maybe some of it was because 140 or 168th was closed north of Dodge for like half the year. It just recently opened back up, so we thought maybe a lot of people just, I don't know, didn't come in. I mean, if you have a broken computer, you have a broken computer. You're not going to drive to Papillion instead of coming, go to get around traffic obstruction. So like nothing seems to make a lot of sense, but a lot of things added up together in the little bits and pieces. So Kyle and the guys there in Omaha are really ready and willing to help you out. They do great service. The turnaround times are excellent right now. So if you have the opportunity, again, guys, if you have the chance, one of the things that really, really helps us out in the Omaha Service Center, if I could ask you to do anything for me today, this would be it. It doesn't cost you a dime to do it. Please click on that link and click on where it says 42 reviews and give us a 5-star Google review. If you like the show, if you appreciate the content we bring every week, we got to put a little Schrock marketing in there, but the purpose of the show is to get people to come to Schrock, right? And we realize we have to be entertaining while we do it, and we have to bring you knowledge that keeps you listening to the show, because otherwise, who wants to listen? You might watch the shake weight infomercial once because you're just like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. But you're not going to look for it. Most people wouldn't look for it. Like going through the channels looking for the shake weight ad. It's not going to happen. So we got to make sure we're entertaining and we're informative and we're delivering you some value. And then we're sponsored by, just like any other radio content, Schrock Innovations, where you can come do your work if you like the show. Do these things for us. It keeps the show on the air, if you know what I mean. So good stuff there. So please do click the link and do the review. I can't pretty much ask you any harder for it. Yep, cake donuts. They're good. Sounds like the screen has to be heated evenly around the edges with a special heating tool. Well, that's the thing. They had a heat gun. There's a heat gun for removing screens, and you start in a corner, and basically you heat the adhesive, and then you use it looks like a guitar pick, and you go underneath the screen, and you go back and forth, and it basically, the adhesive sticks to the guitar pick, and you remove the adhesive, and then you go to the next 1-inch spot, and you remove the adhesive, and you go to the next 1-inch spot and you remove the adhesive. Didn't work out. Maybe I was just not patient enough. I don't know. Don't suppose you can add a video output for a second monitor and an all-in-one. There are some things that we can do with USB, actually. Let me double check and see, because I remember seeing stuff like this. Let's see. USB DVI output. Okay. Now it's display. Dun, 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 dun. External video card monitor adapter. Let me make sure this is connect a DVI display for an extended desktop monitor for USB solution. Yep. Okay. So yeah, you can get an adapter to do this. They're about $90 for a good one. You can get a cheap one for about 50, but I wouldn't get the cheap one. I'd get the nice one for about 100. But basically, yeah, it just plugs into the USB port and it gives you an external monitor adapter. So that's pretty good stuff. So yeah, we can totally do that on the all-in-one. Don't suppose you can add. All right. Hey, no problem, guys. Thanks for watching the Aftershock. We appreciate you joining us for the show. I got to get rolling, but we'll see you again next Sunday for another edition of Compute This. We'll be right back here doing it all again. Holidays. 24th is a Monday, so yep, we'll be here the day before Christmas Eve, and we'll be here on the 30th, so no holiday interruptions there. Also, stay tuned. On the 6th of January will be the Thorstradamus Prediction Show. Don't miss that one. All right, guys, we'll see you again next week. Have a great afternoon.